And and there we go.
I just got the pop.
All right, the pop. Yep, I just
It
got it
just popped.
too. We are live, pal. Let me send this out to my fine folks who are following me on the socials. Mm.
HBK shirt.
Yes, yes, going old school. All right, it is out there. And hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of the Just Us Marks Wrestling Recap Show. I am the Athletic Geek, joined on the other end of the tin cannon string by Easy.
Hello, United Snowy States of America.
Yes, except for this other
Except for
guy
over
on
here
the other
next to
end of the
you.
tin cannon string, Eric
It was
Lane.
To
78
everyone and
degrees
to everyone
today.
in Texas, I seriously hope you guys are okay.
And to everyone
Yeah.
in Southern California talking about the 70-degree weather, you can go fuck yourselves. I mean,
It
hello,
was.
everyone!
I was sweating today. It was so hot. It's ridiculous.
Shut up.
Boo hoo! Come enjoy the winter up in the north.
You should see the sad state of the posies down here. Instead of having wishes made by children and blowing in the wind, they're barely even blooming. It's pathetic.
Yeah, it's, you should see the sad state of, me being knee deep in snow. But that's not important right now. What is important is this is the Just Us Marks Wrestling Recap Show. We have quite the interesting week to talk. We got NXT to talk about for the first time in quite a
That's a
while.
first.
Yeah, for
You
the
guys
first
get
time in a
snow?
while. We have Elimination Chamber predictions, and we have AEW, and well, let's just get right into it. If you've never seen this show before, this is the Just Us Marks Wrestling Recap Show. I met these two gentlemen at All In and Starcast. We love wrestling, we love talking wrestling, we love sharing our love of professional wrestling with other passionate fans like all of you out there. However, just like all of you out there, our opinions are just like that of yours because we're not insiders, we're not wrestlers, we're fans, we're marks, just like each and every one of you. We avoid insider terms because, well, we haven't really earned the right to use those yet, and we got someone in chat.
And it's like, whose line is it anyway? The points
Jordo.
just don't matter.
Hello, Jordo. Appreciate you coming by and saying hello. But yes, it's just it's kind of like whose line is it anyway.
Yep.
Except everything's not made up. We're calling what we see.
Yep.
But
And we sadly don't have a hoedown planned for you.
bum 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 bum. Hey, if I get to 200 if I get 200 subscribers, we'll do a hoedown.
No.
Yes,
Subscribe to us, but I'm not doing a hoedown. I'm
We're
not
doing-
good at improv.
we're doing a hoedown. It'll be a taped hoedown.
Okay, I'll go to Vegas. I'll find me some hoes to throw down. Actually, fuck it. No, I'll just go find the Godfather.
Yeah, he's in Vegas. He's got a strip club there.
There we go.
All right. So, well, we've gone off the rails early, much like that hoe train. Choo choo.
Hey, Valentine's Day was just
Just
passed, so
yeah,
excuse
exactly.
me.
So, well, let's talk. Let's go ahead and get Elimination Chamber predictions out of the way. The dog agrees.
Because we can't call it No Way Out anymore.
Is Eric
Please?
still there?
He's
Yeah,
on
it's
mute.
always
Okay.
barking though. So I'm
Okay,
just-
okay. Just making sure he's still there. So yeah, Elimination Chamber. Yeah, it's happening. It feels like. Oh well, thank you very much. I really enjoyed being able to talk to Anakin, Rob, and Jock. So thank you very much for your support, and thanks for checking this out too. I really appreciate appreciate all the love and support, and keep listening to the podcast. We got a lot more in store from all walks of the realm of this channel. But really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Am I the only one that's just not really excited for a pay-per-view before WrestleMania?
No.
Well, there's another one though too,
Yeah,
right? Fastlane's next month.
Yeah, there's too many. Like, I don't mind one, or like maybe like a Saturday night's main event type show, but like this, I'm not really feeling. But they're gonna have it. There is no contest, so for everybody watching, this is Not going to be a giveaway for Elimination Chamber. The next giveaway will be Revolution and then WrestleMania. So,
Yeah, it
Wait,
feels weird
we
to have
have
it before
Fastlane. Are you
WrestleMania too.
fucking kidding me?
yeah.
I don't know.
We
Sell
got
toys.
Fastlane after. We have Fastlane after.
Feel really bad for the
Elimination
people that
Chamber.
don't have the network or soon to be Peacock who are going to have to pay for all those pay-per-views. That kind
Oh,
of sucks to be
oh
them.
yeah, I was gonna say, Elimination Chamber. This is going to be the final pay per view on the WWE Network.
Hey, I'm
So
not complaining about.
congratulations to everyone who wasted their $9.99 a month.
Not
Wasted.
Mania. That's stupid.
We're getting Peacock for free now.
I
Or-
already have Peacock.
Well, see, I didn't have Peacock, so this is good. I like this. I like this a lot.
Yeah.
Because now I get WWE Network. I can watch more IndyCar, and I get The Office.
Yeah. Oh, just a disclaimer to any of our German viewers. This pay-per-view is known as No Escape because Elimination Chamber might mean something else to them. And that's all I'm going to say.
There was a situation like that in WCW once, but let's move on. Before we got some more from the chat room. Hang on. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
especially after
Jordo
Royal
was exactly
Rumble.
right. Jordo was exactly right there. It's kind of like just
There's
happen
just
and
too
you
many-
hop them
there's-
right back in. There's too many pay-per-views, but I mean, I guess as a couple
Like,
guys,
here's the
as a
thing.
couple guys we know would say, "Oh, we're making money, making more money in AEW." So you can just, if you actually think like you're a businessman and not Mark, you know that all the pay-per-views that people pay for, that's what people want to see. So there you
It's
go.
just like having steak every weekend. You want something different after a while.
Yeah. And then if you have
I'm
steak
not
every
a
day,
steak
if you have
person.
steak every day, eventually that bologna sandwich will sound good.
I eat steak every day over here in Southern California on the 78-degree weather beach, but I don't know about you guys over
Shut
there. I mean,
up.
have you been eating ice?
Yes, we have. I've been making Coke
Nice.
Zero slushies and snow ice cream.
Send
Let's
some to me.
Come live here. Anyway, start off the pay-per-view. Triple threat match for the United States Championship. Keith Lee versus Riddle. Versus
The
the
Riddler.
champion, Bobby Lashley. Miss Ace is in the house. Hello. Who you got and why, Easy?
With Bobby Lashley just finally building himself back up because, you still can't give him a WWE Championship shot yet after all these years. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know to say this, he's a dominant force for the Hurt Business, and I think it's best for business. So Bobby Lashley, because Black Evolution, everybody.
Okay. Eric, who you got and why?
I'm gonna go with Keith Lee because, especially with the Hurt Business, they've been like in-house fighting lately. Like the two Shelton Benjamin and goddamn it, what's the other one's name? Apollo Crews. They've been fighting and stuff, so like they've been losing lately or whatever. So I can see them causing some sort of a rift outside, some sort of dumbass distraction or some sort of whatever. But especially if it's a triple threat, there's going to be no DQ. So they're going to get involved, and then I think they're going to probably cause Lashley to lose or whatever. But I think Keith Lee's going to win, and then they're going to see if Keith Lee can run with the belt or whatever. I think this is going to be his test because they already fucked him up going to for the main roster with just losing to Orton,
Right.
losing to Drew, losing to. So if I think this is them trying to see if they can handle himself as a champion or whatever, and then give him the lowest card title just to see what he can do with it or whatever. But I think he'll be good.
I'm gonna agree with you. I agree that Keith Lee is destined to be United States champion, but not tonight. I believe that might come at WrestleMania. I think that's what they might be building towards. Hence why Riddle's in the match. I'm gonna go with Lashley retain this one. I feel like Keith Lee and Bobby Lashley would be a good WrestleMania match for the U.S. title, especially now that WrestleMania is going to be 2 nights again. So I'm going Bobby Lashley retains in this one.
And what if we're all wrong and Riddle wins?
Then I'm going to be very disappointed because I'm not a fan of Riddle.
I'm pretty sure social media would also not like it.
Yeah.
Incoming cancel culture.
Mm. All right. Well, the next match, at least according to Bleacher Report, is Asuka versus Lacey Evans. But I don't think this match is going to happen anymore, you guys. Because Lacey Evans
Right.
is legit pregnant.
She
Maybe
did
not.
the old Becky Lynch.
Maybe not legit pregnant with Ric Flair's child, but legit pregnant. So I'm sure that they're gonna work in a replacement match for Asuka show day, but I mean,
I wonder
yeah.
if this pisses off Vince. He's gonna make all of his female superstars like sign a contract to not have kids while they're employed or something. The second one.
Like
Second one
everyone,
in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
year.
everyone
You
get
can't have
under
a kid
birth
if you don't want
control.
to, but we're not going to give you any health insurance or unemployment benefits because you're an independent contractor. But you can't have a kid. Can't have
Well,
a kid.
because this is like the second female superstar in a main storyline that's now had been dropped because they got pregnant or whatever. So
Right.
you know, this is pissing them off.
I'm not. It's their right to want to have a baby or not. That's their choice. I
And
can understand being maybe a little frustrated, if you're the head of a company and you're like, okay, so got big plans for you, pregnant. Well, son of a bitch. I can understand like a little annoyance or frustration, but you can't get like pissed off the fact that they're exercising their right to have children.
Yeah.
and
You know what I'm
also
saying?
does Vince really want to argue with a veteran of the Marines? You really want to do that?
What
And
what is the
I may not like Lacey Evans as a character, but come on, considering her background, you got to give her the absolute most respect you will ever do when you meet her. And I got a cousin like who was in the Marines.
Jordan
Like, you
says if
gotta give
Lacey
them
Evans is
deep
actually
respect.
pregnant with Ric Flair's baby, I'll literally sell my
Please,
car.
no. Can we not
Mhm.
do that? No,
I don't think it's not Ric
No.
Flair's baby. She's a married woman.
please.
Um,
I even had to look this up to see, like, okay, is Lacey married? Okay, thank God. And they have
and
a
so is
daughter
Ric
too.
Flair, and he seems like his wife now has like made Ric Flair like a better person. So, let's not
really
fuck that shit
need-
up.
Like, I'm sorry, do we really need Flair involved with this rivalry? Like, let him live his life. What more does Nate
No,
have
no,
to
no, no, no.
prove?
What more does he have to prove? You don't understand Ric Flair. I'm not a big fan of Ric Flair being in the storyline either, but this isn't like they're not forcing Ric Flair to do this. Ric Flair is on board with this 100% because Ric Flair, even at his old age, and even this, Ric Flair's still addicted to the spotlight and
Well, whatever
addicted
show
to
this is,
that
so
lifestyle. So him being part of the show in this manner, Ric Flair's loving it. I can tell you
get
that
him
much
another
right now.
blonde.
Yeah,
This one got herself knocked up. Get him another. Give her. Get him. What's the other blonde? That's
Brooke Hogan.
late. No. God damn it. Lana. There you go. Just have him team up with Lana.
Okay,
Seems
does
to have.
Lana need another embarrassing love story?
Exactly.
Or
All
love
right,
triangle?
well, let's
Yeah.
move on to another match instead of talking about
Please.
Lacey Evans may or may not being knocked up by Ric Flair. We have
Colin
a
Maury.
number one contenders elimination chamber match with the winner facing Roman Reigns later on in the night. We have Kevin Owens versus Cesaro versus Daniel Bryan versus King Corbin versus Sami Zayn versus Jey Uso. You take King Corbin out of there, and this is a hell of a lineup. Easy, who you picking and why?
Okay, I actually first off didn't know that the matches were having on the same night. I thought it was the number one contendership for Mania, or Fastlane, but whatever.
That's what I thought.
But his current wife's a brunette, Jordo. His current wife's a
I'm-
brunette.
I'm kind of torn between Daniel Bryan and Jey Uso.
Very interesting.
Like, I'm just going with one of them because I feel like I know we've talked on the show a lot about like we want to see like a Daniel Bryan Roman Reigns match for the championship, or we could see Jey Uso, finally standing up to his cousin and be like, "Oos, I'm head of the table, Oos." So,
No, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, no,
sorry for that bad
unfortunately.
impersonation, but
No, you're good. You good.
I don't know. I'm just torn between the two of them. So I'm just gonna
Okay.
stand with that. Verdict's
Okay.
out.
All right. You're not part of the house bet for a competition, so you can do that.
I don't gamble. I'm
Eric,
not
who you
like the
got in
inner
one?
circle at Vegas.
Eric,
I'm
who
gonna
you got?
say Cesaro. I'm gonna say Cesaro wins, and then I'm gonna get super excited because I'm gonna think they're gonna give him a huge push. He's gonna be all tired after this match, and then Reigns is gonna squash his ass.
I agree.
And it's
I'm going
Cesaro.
with
And
that
it's
as
Cesaro's push.
I'm gonna kind of take the easy route. It's gonna be either him or Daniel Bryan,
Ah.
and they're gonna just be like, yeah, see, we gave it to you. Are you happy now?
Well, like Easy said, I didn't know it was gonna be the same night. I
Yeah,
don't
it's the
know why
same
they're doing
night.
that. It's kind of
Yeah.
Well, that
so
also
it's just gonna
preemptively.
squash all hopes.
Well,
But
so we'll just go into that since we're kind of all talking about right now. Does any of our, none of our predictions, you actually see them beating Roman Reigns later on the night, do you? Again, there's no
nope.
contest or no house money for this contest, so it's like we can be a little bit more fluid with our predictions right now. So, okay, yeah, nobody's going to beat. So, there's
No, that's
that.
what I'm saying. I'd be surprised if anyone even got offense in on Reigns after. It's probably gonna be immediately after they win the elimination. Reigns is just gonna hit music hits, he's gonna come down, the person won't be ready, take a spear or whatever, then that's it. You know what I mean? Like literally that's what I'm thinking. Like now that they made it same night and that they made it whatever, that's what I'm thinking is gonna happen.
Okay, yeah, I'm kind of, that's...
At this point, I'm also not going to be surprised that they pull Brock Lesnar. You
I
hear
really-
his music, comes kicks ass. I don't know.
It's WrestleMania season.
Sorry, I jinxed it. If that happens, y'all can kill me next
Now,
week.
I would be okay with Brock Lesnar coming back from Mania, just not in a title match. I'd be perfectly okay with Brock Lesnar in a one-off match at WrestleMania. I don't have a problem there. There's not a motivated Brock Lesnar is pretty damn good. So which is why, hey, let's just give him a couple matches a year and hope he can sink his teeth into them, and then cool. Just don't make him champion. That's my only real gripe with Lesnar is I don't want him champion. Speaking of championships, Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Championship: Drew McIntyre versus The Miz versus Sheamus versus AJ Styles versus Randy Orton versus Jeff Hardy. EZ, who do you got and why?
The Miz isn't showing on my end. According to Wiki, it's McIntyre, AJ Styles, Hardy, Randy Orton, Sheamus, and Kofi Kingston.
Huh.
Did we
Drew's
miss
not in
something
it?
on Raw?
I have
I'm reading
Kofi, Sheamus,
Kingston on
Drew,
here.
Orton, AJ, and Hardy.
Okay, then I'm going. You guys going through Wikipedia. I'm going off of Bleacher Report. So, all right. Well, we'll say Kofi.
Oh no! Here's the thing. There was a match between Miz, Kingston. Oh no! It was.
Oh yeah, Kofi won, so he took Miz's place.
Yeah, that's why.
I can see that happening too, Jordo. I can see.
And then the gauntlet match on
in
Raw,
a
Sheamus
heated
won.
confrontation, Miz put himself out of the match because fuck it.
All
Why
right,
do I get the feeling that's tactics? I feel like the Miz is gonna cash in.
Possibly. Oh, well, is that your prediction? McIntyre retains, Miz cashes in?
Sure, let's go with that.
Eric, what about you?
No, I'm just going to say McIntyre retains.
Yeah, I'm going McIntyre retains as well. I feel like they're really building something. McIntyre's taking that belt to Mania.
This is going to be a weird elimination chamber because why would they like they should have just this should have been a number one contendership thing, or they could have made something more of this, but just the champions in it too. Like, I don't know.
That's fair.
So weird.
That's fair, Gordo. All right, so let's talk a little NXT.
Because you know nothing big's gonna happen really unless
there's
Drew can lose it and then win it back at Fastlane or something.
Exactly.
But he's definitely going into
Drew
Mania.
already lost it to Orton just so you could like pad Orton's stats a little bit. You know what I mean? So it's like
I'm so sick of that.
Don't say that.
I'm so tired of Drew versus
Don't say that
Orton.
in the other chat. You will get a 3-hour speech on how we don't know what good wrestling is.
This is the best shit that WWE's put out. Oh my god, it's so great.
Fucking Randy Orton's a fucking god.
It's the Fiend.
I'm changing my answer. McIntyre retains.
I do like
McIntyre retains.
Not like these guys
comes
do.
back and basically just wipes out everybody.
Maybe the Fiend comes back. I mean, yeah, I can see
Please, I
that.
mean, otherwise, what the hell is Alexa Bliss? Alexa Bliss trying to summon Husky Harris?
Yeah, I don't know. No, this is my new favorite theory for this because this is probably the most the most exciting way they can like ramp this thing up. Because, like I said, like it seems kind of pointless. But if they just do something crazy like that, I'd be on board. Like it'd be cool.
Actually, I just thought of a funny botch moment. What if instead of summoning the Fiend, Alexa Bliss accidentally summoned Suicide from TNA?
I'd be angry because I hated
She accidentally summons.
Oh, come on. First
she
off, I
accidentally
love
summons
Suicide.
Gilbert.
That's like one of the
No.
best costumes ever.
I don't like
one,
Suicide.
the old one, not the new one. The new one is eh.
The Suicide to
It
me
just
was
looks like they tried
Suicide
to
to me
burn
was
it.
a rotating list of why can't we just let Frankie Kazarian be Frankie Kazarian? Why can't we just let Christopher Daniels be Christopher Daniels? Why is this? Why are you the way you are? That's me on a with Suicide. I'm not a Suicide fan. In both the act and the TNA wrestler, not a fan of it all across the board.
It's a video
Summons
game
Oz
character.
from WCW. Now that I can get on board with. I can be on board with summoning Oz from WCW. One last run for Kevin Nash. All right. So let's talk NXT. Takeover was not too bad.
Takeover was pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed
The only
it.
thing, my only complaint about goddamn Takeover, and it happens every Takeover, is the too many false finishes. At one point, the tag team match, the Dusty Rhodes final one,
Right.
great match, like I said, but like literally, it was just something that the Bucks have done 10 years ago, and it seems like they set the book now of how to have a match, and now everyone's doing that same thing.
Right.
And it's like, dude, like I don't need to see, like, just write a different spot.
Oh,
Like
and
at one point, one guy did like a corkscrew, some like backflip off the third rope onto the guy, and then the guy kicked out on, obviously, like, you know, on the count of three, almost at the count of three. The other guy somehow just like mustered up to do his big move, then went to the top rope and did his corkscrew, whatever thing. The other guy kicked out, and I was just like, did you guys really need to? Because that was like right in the middle of the match too.
Right.
And there was a lot more false finishes to come, but it's like, did you guys really sit backstage and have to get all this shit in? Couldn't you just write a different spot? Like, do you really have to go by the book lately? Because it's so copy and paste now, where it's like, it was just really noticeable because now I'm
Right.
looking for it, especially with NXT, because I've seen it so often, and it's just like this, especially was just like, man, like, and especially with it was this tag team match. What's going to come with the next Johnny Gargano match? He's like one of the kings of that kind of shit, and it's just like, man, my only complaint with NXT is too many false finishes.
I'm gonna agree with you, kind of, sort of, partially. And what I mean by that is, like, I enjoyed the match. I do agree that there shouldn't have been as many false finishes. But I will also kind of just look. This is more like a commentary on just wrestling in general. When NXT does it, you have the WWE fans talk about how great of a match that was, and that's fine. It was a good match. I'm not going to say the match was bad. When AEW does that, when the Young Bucks do that, fucking slow the fuck down. Do you not know how to fucking tell a story? My God, do you suck? And then I don't like that hypocrisy. On the flip side,
That happens a lot in
I'm
New
gonna-
Japan too, to be fair.
yeah. Oh, in New Japan though, like it's not like, well, in a big match or something it'll happen, but it won't really happen like a whole hell of a lot in like just a normal tag match on a Road 2 show or the undercard. Like the big time epics usually occur in the main event, but I see what you're saying. But on the flip side of
Yeah.
things, when just because we're criticizing when, or me, I'm not speaking for the other two gentlemen, just because I'm criticizing it when NXT or the WWE does that, does not mean I'm giving a free pass to the Young Bucks or AEW by any stretch of the imagination here. Like,
Kenny Omega.
yeah, like that shit
Yeah, 'cause
happens a lot too.
It
and
does,
it's-
it does happen across the board. But like I said, like now, especially after I've seen it with NXT, and especially with like the Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa matches, and
Right.
I'm just looking for it, and now I'm specifically just like, oh man, again, like
Right.
damn it, NXT, like you can take it, write a different chapter in the course, Triple H, like teach you guys a different way to do a match or whatever, like
Right.
goddamn. But anyway, the NXT was pretty good after that, though.
It was
That was
a
my only
good-
complaint.
But the big
Yep.
news coming out of all of this is the Undisputed Era is no more. Or at
Eli
least-
Drake.
Oh,
Or
Civil
LA
War,
Knight.
perhaps.
Or Civil War, yeah. But Eli Drake or now LA Knight. That's not a good
Wait,
name.
Eli
No,
Drake
it's
is
not.
who now?
LA Knight.
L.A. Knight. Oh, who
Oh,
comes up with this shit?
Fuck
Well, to
off
be
with
fair,
this
somebody else on the
shit.
show was something Drake. So like they were like, "Oh, we got a Drake already," so we're
That's
gonna
true.
change it.
But
But I mean, I also enjoyed the main event with Dunn and Finn.
Finn
Yeah.
and Balor. I mean Gunn.
Yeah. But
Pete Dunne. That was a
but-
good one.
Adam Cole has essentially, I don't know. It's
Adam, you know what? I just realized Adam Cole did, the moment he got kicked out of Bullet Club. He got super
But did
kicked in the
he-
face.
Is he going solo or he take the other two guys with him?
Well, like Roger
it
Strong's
Balor-
just in between.
well,
Bobby Fish, I think he's still injured.
but then they did on we'll transition this into NXT TV on Wednesday. We're pretty much just, they had Dunn, Lorcan, and Birch versus Balor, O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong. And then, they did the Kyle O'Reilly injury. So
Okay, so it's
with
It's
Cole
showing on here
assaulting O'Reilly, so it's like, I mean,
it's showing on here that Adam Cole left the Undisputed Era, and we only got Fish, Strong, and O'Reilly.
with kind of sort of Finn.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
But I still think this was a good overall show. There's not as many talking points, but it's like they followed up really well, I feel, at the TakeOver. Like, way too many times, like after War Games and after the last two TakeOvers, like I feel that NXT did not follow up to where, like, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to stick with this much longer. I'm not going to... it's never going to get the live nod over AEW just because I can go back and rewatch NXT the next day on Hulu or the network or whatever, but I can't do the same for AEW, but it's never kept me like really interested to really keep with NXT. This time, TakeOver did, and they keep following up to where I still want to watch a lot of NXT now. So I got to give credit where credit's due to NXT in that sense.
I do feel like Balor is probably going to take over the Undisputed Era.
I think so too. Jordo says, I do want to see Kyle become
Honestly, I
NXT champion
wouldn't
at some
mind.
point. I wouldn't have any problem with that.
Here's something.
I
How
wanted
about
Kushida to win the U.S. champ, or what is it called?
North American, yeah.
North American. Yeah.
They've dropped the ball. I will say that there's no excuse for how well they have like mismanaged Kushida fucking hardcore since he's signed.
Yeah, that was his big. That could have been his big win. That could have been his big moment, whatever. But they, I was like, man,
I
that was a great
think.
match. Though,
I mean,
too.
I'm not knocking Kushida, but I feel like Kushida is kind of in like the Nakamura position where Kushida was like, I've done everything there is to do in New Japan. I'm gonna go to WWE, make my money, not wrestle as rough of a style, and sock away a
Yeah,
retirement.
it's a family.
Yeah.
There's a wife and a kid and stuff. So
Yeah, same thing with like Nakamura. Nakamura is kind of like, because everybody when his contract was coming up was going like, oh good, he's finally gonna go back to New Japan. I'm like, no, he's gonna stay and make that money and have much lighter toll on his body. So,
yeah,
so let's go to Dynamite. And yeah,
do you want to talk about Impact or no? With
yeah, we can talk
Not
about
really.
it. Finn Juice
No.
is on Impact,
with
and
Finn Juice?
that's pretty cool. They're an underrated tag team. They won the World Tag League in 2019. I think Juice Robinson is the best Gaijin wrestler in New Japan currently, and I mean that statement. He is the best Gaijin wrestler in New Japan. Um, so
They had their
Mm.
pay per view over the weekend also though with Tommy Dreamer facing with Rich Swann, which is a crazy
yeah,
concept.
I didn't buy the pay. I haven't seen it. I hear people say that match was good, but I haven't seen enough to judge, and don't feel right judging it without seeing it. I've heard a lot of people say that it was a good match. I'd be willing to check it out. I'm still not really in Impact enough to pay money to watch it.
Mhm.
Sorry.
Yeah.
They put all
On
their
the
highlights
I'm
up
excited for
on
Finn.
Twitch.
I'm excited for Finn Juice because now the Forbidden Door has not just been open between AEW and New Japan. It's also been open between New Japan and Impact, which definitely did not. Their relationship did not end on the best of terms with their mistreatment of Okada when he was on excursion to TNA back in 2011. So the fact that TNA has got New Japan talent, or TNA Impact, whatever you want to call it. There's New Japan relationship there to me is more shocking than AEW and New Japan because there was some people thought there was some beef between AEW and New Japan with Kenny leaving. Boy, there was some beef on the Impact side of things. So I'm actually more excited about that because I want to see there's a lot of X Division guys that could be in the best of the Super Juniors. That would be cool as hell. And
Well, guys, here's also some interesting news too, and I had to look this up. Okada is actually expected to go back to appear on Impact again and AEW.
well,
We don't know when.
If they go to
Don't know
Impact, that's
where,
going to be
but
the biggest thing Impact's ever hoped
but
for.
still,
Right.
holy shit! The moment you will hear the coin drop, everyone in Jacksonville is
Yeah.
going to lose their minds.
yeah, I agree.
But also on Impact, they just had Black Taurus debut. I want to see him take on Luchasaurus in an AEW crossover match. That'd be pretty tight.
I don't know. I'm kind of sticking with Okada here right now because just there's something about his theme music that's just so amazing. You got Stone Cold's Shattering Glass, you got Ric Flair's Woo, you got Okada and the coin drop.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
God, I hate this pandemic so much. Otherwise, if they were touring right now and you had a full crowd, all the microphones would go mute.
You got
because of
Lana's
the audience.
horns. Lana's saxophone horns.
We were all at All In. We were all at All In.
That was the shitty Okada music. That was that stupid remix.
Actually, I don't mind it. But yeah, we all lost our minds when we heard the coin drop come down. It's like, holy shit, Okada's in the United States.
Right.
I don't know. I didn't know whether that was his first appearance here or
no,
not.
No, he had several.
Okay.
In the United States, he had a really good.
I saw him when he had the balloon and the
he had that.
When he was the balloon Okada.
In 2014, he had in Ring of Honor. He got brought in. He had a triple threat match with AJ and some other guy who will remain nameless for the Ring of Honor World Title.
By the way, what the heck is wrong with Okada's remix music? I liked it.
It just wasn't. Okay, there was nothing wrong with Stone Cold Steve Austin's Disturbed music, but it wasn't the good dun-dun music. That's my problem.
I hated when I personally hate it. I know people like it, but I personally hated when Kane had lyrics too. I was like, Kane's music doesn't need to be.
Hey, Slow Chemical did a great job.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I liked it.
that Kane and
That seems to be the MO for this show. I don't like this change in music. Easy. I like it.
At least at G1 in New York City, we heard the real music.
We got the good music, yes.
We got the good. Especially when the Garden clicked, they wanted Okada or Geek's favorite little man.
Those are lies.
It's fake news.
Fake news.
But anyways,
let's
back to the Dynamite.
Yeah, let's get to Dynamite because I may have to wake up early because blizzards and such, and I don't mean the delicious Dairy Queen treat.
Oh,
So
we
first
have
match.
another match at Revolution, which actually I'm intrigued about this one.
Let's go through the whole. We're gonna go through the card. Hangman Page and Matt Hardy versus the Hybrid 2. This was a really good match.
I hated this match.
Really?
Because Hybrid 2, they did two things that made themselves look like idiots. Because, like I said, trying to write yourself a match or trying to come up with these spots, Jack Evans did something really weird. Like he went. Did you notice this? Okay, so towards the end of the match, whatever, he was going to do a flip off the rope or off the turnbuckle or something, and he either just landed like wrong on purpose or something, and then like let the other guy hit him because they didn't have the timing down, and then towards the very end of the match, they did something else on the opposite side of the ring, almost like on the apron or something like that. It was like awkward, equally as awkward to watch because they just messed up the timing or whatever. And I was like, dude, Hybrid 2, like, I think they deserve better than that. So I was like, why did they fucking fuck it up like that? Like, why did they? I don't think maybe they weren't on the same pace as Hangman and Hardy or whatever. Maybe it was just whatever. Like, but something was off, and so watching it was sloppy. This is the one match of the whole night where I was just like, that was sloppy.
Okay, that's your opinion. I mean, like, I'm not gonna say it was like fucking, oh my god, the best thing ever happened. But it's like, oh, it's a good little match. Like, I'm not a Hybrid 2 fan. So the fact that I enjoyed this match a little more,
I can't get behind their hype.
I've been following Jack Evans for like 14 years at this point, and I've never got what everybody saw in Jack Evans. He's seems like a nice guy, but you know,
I just can't get behind him.
I just don't.
Cool.
But to me, like the fact I feel like Hangman actually helped him. I think that's like maybe why I appreciate the match is kind of Hangman did kind of at times bring him back to his style, and I guess that is something I do appreciate more. So that's why I liked it. But the big story wasn't this match. The big story was we found out what was in that contract that he actually signed, and it's apparently there's now a match at Revolution: Matt Hardy versus Hangman Page, and the
big money match.
The big money match where the winner gets the other person's money for the first quarter. That's funny. Okay.
That's actually a pretty interesting match to have, apart from what we'll talk about later. But anyways,
it's interesting, but it's also kind of like one of those. I don't really like these sorts of
gimmick matches.
Well, no, I'm trying to think like I don't really like these in-story cash bonuses because it's like you know that like even if it's not it's all story. I get that, but like this is kind of like okay, so if Hangman loses, like oh geez that sucks. Is he gonna like go through alcohol withdrawals? Like we all know we all gotta let the fantasy go to a certain extent. That's just part of wrestling. But on the flip side of everything, it's kind of like I'm just not really. I'd rather they just had a match. I'd rather there been a different stipulation where it's like, oh hey, Matt Hardy has to give up managing, or Matt Hardy has to sell this, or been something with a little bit more meaning behind it than money that we know doesn't exist. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, it's still gonna, like it could still be humorous. It, Big Money Matt losing his money might be funny, but it's like one of those.
And who knows?
There's nothing here that's gonna make me fear for Hangman because it's like, oh,
hey,
okay.
Not
but if they just reworded it, like if they said merch sales,
they probably should have like worded it better. But hey, it'd be funny, with Matt. If Hardy loses and he goes broke, we might get a broken personality.
Nia Jax scares me anytime she wrestles because of how dangerous she is, Jordo. But yeah, like I'm not gonna complain about the match because I'm hoping it features Hangman, which Hangman is
gonna be a great match anyway.
Hangman is somebody who I'm really getting behind. Like Hangman is in that position where like I don't maybe have like the passion for him as I did like 7 years ago with Daniel Bryan, but like I really want to see him succeed. So I really want to see him get the belt, So it features Hangman, so I'm happy about that. But I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's nothing that's like really super duper great, and it's another one of those like if WWE had this, we'd maybe not be. Hello.
I'm here,
Yeah.
Okay.
just letting you talk.
No, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Like I heard like noise and I didn't hear noise. So I'm like, did everybody still here? Um, if WWE did like a stipulation match like this, people would not be thinking it's that good. People would think like, oh, is this the best you can come up with for these two guys? Like seriously? People would kind of be thinking it's a lame stipulation, and I'm not going to give AEW any more courtesy. You know what I mean? It's like,
And
okay,
keep in mind, they probably came up with it themselves too.
that's fine. That doesn't make me think that I have to like it, though. You know, I mean, again, if WWE Creative came up with this, we'd be going like, what is this? I'm kind of giving it the same, what is this? It's okay, it's a match. I'm not going to judge it until I see it. Something good might happen of it, but I can't say
Honestly,
that
if
I'm
it was
excited
like
about it.
if it was like a briefcase match, like or like a ladder match, or just briefcase on a pole or something, I think it would have been. It probably would be more entertaining
Possibly.
because it would contain like these are the legal documents that means I get all your money.
Right. Yeah, something like that, but it's just like, especially like they threw all the business jargon, which I know a few people that might think that that's kind of neat, but I'm not one of those people. But so I'm
Is
not,
it too?
other than
Would it
like
be
being
too
excited.
soon? Sorry, would it be too soon if we like have a clip of like one of like the loser they go to like unemployment benefits and all that? Or is that too soon?
Uh, mm, I
I don't know.
I don't know,
We
but
couldn't- Considering the current time right now, but it's
right.
whatever.
But yeah,
I
this
should have
kind
just
of
said, you have to give me all of your merch sales or something. That would have made more sense or whatever. But since
like it's just kind of it's very I don't know, it's just nothing
Vague.
very vague, kind of weird, kind of again, it's something that we'd be laughing at and mocking had it happened on a Monday or a Friday night.
Or
And
hell, even on Wednesday night. Not
well,
on the network, but
yeah.
the other guys.
So I'm not gonna completely shit on it. Like I said, not gonna shit on it. Their AW has always, they've made chicken salad out of chicken shit before. I'm not saying this is even chicken shit, but I'm just saying. But this is not something that has me any more hyped up. But this next thing has me hyped up. Women's World Title Eliminator match: Rio versus Serena Deeb. Holy shit! This is great. This is
Yeah, we saw Riho for the first time
oh
literally
fuck yeah!
since
yeah, this is a good match.
literally since ever, honestly.
I think this might even be other than
No, this was literally Riho's first match
no.
since she lost.
Oh no, you're right. You're right. I'm just saying, like in general, I think this might be other than perhaps the Shingo and Jeff Cobb match that happened on Night 2 of Wrestle Kingdom. I think this might be my match of the year so far.
Oh, what? Well, I love the
Ooh.
ending because I love how they're really evenly matched. There's not really much they could do striking wise
Right.
and stuff because they're still on top of their game. So it came down to who was the best technical pinner. Like, so they came down to like
Oh yeah,
a
like
couple
the
different
ending was
pins,
like,
and then
holy crap, what's happening?
I loved it. It was great because it was like I think Riho tried to do the first crazy pin, and then Serena Deeb reversed it to another crazy pin, and then Riho reversed it to another even crazier pin, and then got it. So it was kind of
Right.
like it just came down to who knew the crazier trick at the end of the day because they were so evenly matched. Whatever. It's like, what do you do? Like, how do you beat? It's like what some Batman would do. How do you beat an opponent that is your equal? You have to outsmart them.
Right. I'm with you there. I love this match. Like I said, it's definitely. I mean, the year is young, but like it's in the candidacy right now, and don't be surprised if when we do our 7.5 hour year-end award edition at the end of the year, if I'm saying
WrestleMania length, baby.
exactly, it's WrestleMania the stream. Um, if if you hear me bring this match up again as being one of my top 10. Don't be surprised.
Sorry.
So we then go on to the next match, which is Orange Cassidy versus Luther. Orange Cassidy won. Luther exists. Let's move
That
on.
was a weird match, even for an Orange
fair.
Cassidy match.
Yeah, just, other than
It's like
the
Cassidy
Luther segment that
won
was on
really
BTE
quick.
this week, I'm still not feeling Luther.
I thought he did great for the birthday segment with the
Oh yeah, that
little
was
negative
good,
one.
but like,
He was like the clown, the birthday clown that you hire to take a beating at your party. But like,
yeah. And I also
otherwise,
appreciate him.
he was really good. Michelle's here, by the way.
We got Michelle in the house.
Buenos noches.
Just in time for AEW, yeah. You missed us talking about NXT, which was probably even, and Elimination Chamber predictions, but yep, we're here for AEW, and we're here for something that I know is not going to be a positive thing for AEW, at least with one of our panelists here this week. We have a segment with Team Taz and Sting, Taz says Sting needs a bat. Sting throws the bat down. Sting gets beat down. Sting takes powerbomb. And I felt very uncomfortable. I know Eric felt very uncomfortable.
I literally shouted, like I was watching it by myself in my room, and I went, Sting took a fucking powerbomb. I literally said it out loud because I couldn't believe it. But not just a powerbomb. It was like it looked like a jackknife. Like he fucking
Right.
spiked
Brian
him.
Cage.
Yeah. So that's why I was just like,
felt
dude,
like
what the
they
hell?
must have practiced that to make sure it was safe,
I'm
but
sure the reports
Yeah.
state that it was Sting's idea, which far be it from any of us to tell Sting what he is and isn't going to do.
Right.
However, his career was thought to be prematurely ended 6 years ago when he took a buckle bomb that gave him spinal stenosis. So when I saw, and I like Brian Cage, I'm a Brian Cage fan, but when I saw Brian Cage give him that, I'm like, what just happened? Like,
Yeah.
you could have given Sting a beatdown without giving him a fucking power bomb. Like,
Yeah, I don't.
Are we all right?
You had
Yeah, I agree.
You had
Guys?
Ricky Starks choking him. What's up?
Oh, sorry, hang on. My volume was down.
Oh, okay, you're good. You had Ricky Starks choking with a bat. Like, beat him with a chair in the back, like where you can do it safely. Give him the boots. Hit him with a baseball bat. Maybe something. Where he's not being powerbombed
even a
directly
soft,
on his back.
like a soft spear takedown kind of a thing
Yeah,
could have worked
have
better
Brian
than
Cage
just
spear,
like a ground and pound.
Ground
That would have
and
been
pound, chair shots, bat shots. Like you can take a beating without like throwing a 61-year-old man on his surgically repaired neck and back. I mean, for all intents and purposes, Sting seems okay, and for all intents and purposes, I guess
Maybe they were trying to add the shock value. That was like, holy shit, Sting had surgery and he just took a power bomb.
At first, I was like, "Was that really Sting? Is that like a body double?"
I mean, I'm not knocking. I'm not saying it isn't shocking. I'm not saying that it's not intriguing. But I'm also saying that, you have a lot of critics. I mentioned a lot of times on here, AEW's under a microscope because so many of the old school people, which they should appreciate AEW because there's a lot more old school stuff in AEW, but I digress. Or the WWE people like to somehow take their moral high ground by saying AEW's unsafe. And those of us with some logic go, it's no more no more unsafe than WWE. This is kind of one where, like, if you're trying to defend AEW, you can't really do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. But who knows? Who knows
Right.
what's going to happen at Revolution?
Who knows? I'm hoping that Sting isn't taking any crazy bumps. Again, I'm going to tell Sting what he can and can't do, but I don't want to see a replay of the Seth Rollins match happen. That's for damn sure.
I'm still mad at that match.
Me too. But that's kind of the big.
I'm still mad that he lost that WrestleMania against Triple H the way he did.
Oh yeah. So the next match was a good match. We have Santana and Ortiz versus the Young Bucks Tag Team Championship
That was
match.
a great match.
I really
It was a
liked
great
it.
match. Yeah.
I really
I
honestly
literally-
I thought that,
I literally thought Santana Ortiz was actually going to win that match. I was like, whoa, what just happened?
and before the match, we basically Jericho acknowledges that Sammy's out of the inner circle, but then he doesn't just. And there's another YouTuber who does great videos with the psychology behind these storylines. It kind of plays into the fact that unlike other times when people leave, they're not just. They didn't just beat him down. There's not a bunch of stuff going on. They've acknowledged that they're angry at Sammy, and he also acknowledges that MJF, I know you're the one that forced him out, but that's his fault for not going along with the program, and you're still here. It was kind of like a very we're disappointed, we're pissed off, but we know it's wrong, but we got to move on because this is how we succeed.
Hasn't Sammy
it's
been
kinda like
taking
something a little-
backstage heat lately as well?
I don't know anything about
I
that.
keep reading
I've heard that
reports
it's
about
not. I
that.
heard that it's not real. I've heard a bunch of different stuff. I've heard Sammy made jokes about it on his vlog. I don't know, but getting back to this, it's kind of a very. I feel like that part is somewhat of an interesting take on when someone leaves a stable because usually it's all right, time for a blood feud, and it's no, they're just kind of handling it okay, well. Next man in, okay, this guy left the baseball team, this guy left the football team. Well, it sucks we're not going to have we don't have the star wide receiver to throw to anymore, but all right, let's
see.
move on. That's kind of how, I feel like that's fresh for wrestling in general. Let's just see if they can maintain that. But, yeah, good match. Bucks win, so it's pretty well confirmed we're going to get Bucks versus,
Oh, and of
Y2
course
MJF.
and then the biggest match cliche ever, post-match assaults. And who barely saves them but the Good Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And a walking Kenny Omega. It's oh wait, we gotta stop this. For God's sake, just I'm honestly kind of loving that I'm hating Kenny Omega.
Oh, I love, exactly. The fact that I dislike Kenny Omega now.
This is the cleaner I love.
Yeah, this is
It's God damn it, I hate you on television, but God damn it, I love you so much, Kenny.
Oh, I love the fact that Kenny Omega's character is not likable. We all, it's very much a sense of be careful what you wish for, you just might get it. Next match is wasn't the best match, but it was one I was personally proud to see. FTR versus Matt and Mike Seidel. Mike Seidel I met on several occasions. He knew me by my first name at several shows like AAPW, LWA / St. Louis Anarchy. So yeah, very very happy to see home area guy get an opportunity like this. Wish would have been a little bit better because maybe he gets signed, but still, really, really cool to see Mike Seidel on national television. And next week we also FTR wins, but next week we have Lucha Express versus FTR and Tully. Tully getting back in the ring. That's going to be interesting.
Well, wait, what's this new
Tully's
gimmick
actually
of
gonna
them?
fight?
What's FTR's new gimmick about of
Tully
them going on
Blanchard.
scissors and
He's
cutting
gonna fight.
people's
Yes.
shit apart?
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, then.
Yeah, that's kind of an old school thing that people old school bad guys would do, is they would always usually it probably leads to somewhat of a hair versus hair match or hair versus mask match where I know the Freebirds,
But when did I guess I missed it when he cut Luchasaurus's mask because I didn't understand that segment.
That
until they were
was
just
weeks ago.
Yeah.
They blinded him and then they cut the horns off.
Yeah, that's something the Fabulous Freebirds in World Class would cut locks off the hair of their opponents and then eventually lead to the Freebirds versus Von Erichs and hair versus hair matches. So I can see maybe they're kind of doing something like this, even though none of them have hair. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I do have a prediction
Maybe
for that
they
match. I can see
maybe they
Marco.
can Gorilla glue them some wigs.
Well, no,
um,
but I just took it as these guys are going around trying to take people's gimmicks from them. Like he cuts off Luchasaurus' thing, he's going to cut off these guys' long hair.
maybe that could be a possibility too. I just kind of knowing how old school FTR is and how old school Tully is, my mind went old school. But you could very well be right. I do have a prediction that I think Marco stunt pins Tully because you really can't have Marco pin a whole lot of people, but you can have him pin Tully and it'd be just fine.
Yeah,
Funny as fuck.
poor Marco.
I think it's just it's just kind of a simple program where, hey, FTR was mad Jurassic Express for getting more of a spotlight. Jurassic Express interfered, beat one of their guys. FTR made it personal by cutting the mask of Luchasaurus and kidnapping Marco. It's like, I get it. I think it's actually good. I think it's kind of like shows that sometimes you can build a tag team rivalry on a rivalry. You don't need to do like WWE and just put belts and say, here's the one tag team feud for the belts that don't mean anything. So I like it.
And especially for a couple of wrestlers who wanted to leave, they're like, no, here's some big bucks and you get the tag team titles.
Right. But yeah. And that 6-man tag might be a great match. We'll have to see. And we have another 6-man tag. It is Eddie Kingston, Butcher and Blade versus Moxley, Phoenix, and Lance Archer. I gotta be honest, I could not get into this match. Like, it was not bad, I just wasn't into it.
It was all over the place. I was so hard trying to keep up.
It was not like the Omega and Kenta, all over the place. Another all over the place brawl that I liked more. I did not.
That was way better.
I didn't
This
get
one
into
was
this
like,
one.
eh.
But and then the next match, it does got there. Kenny attacks Moxley,
But now,
and
no, here's the part where everyone really wants to know our views.
I'm sure.
Oh my god.
Yeah, exactly. I'm reading the comments right now.
Yeah.
It's just
No one's gonna say
with the
it.
The
Luchasaurus
source
thing.
with the new mask is like he's been reborn and he's angry, and like I like that little segment. I get kind of what they're going for. It's like, okay, now he's aggressive again. Here's a new mask, and
Well, I was
you
confused
thought
because,
you
like
took
she
it.
said, it was like the exact same mask. I was like, wait,
That's
what?
my
So
only
what happened?
problem. Like, it should have been a different mask. That's my one gripe is that it was a different mask. If they would have had a different mask where it's like, oh shit, now he's scary looking. But like
or like a
everything
different.
everything up to
He's a
that
different
point, like I
dinosaur.
liked, where it's like, okay, they took that from him. Now he's pissed, and here's a new mask, and oh shit, FTR better look the fuck out.
I thought there literally was going to be a new mask or something.
Yeah, that's
Like
the
a
only
different
downside. But like,
shade.
as far as like the whole build up to this match, I get
Well,
that.
Phoenix got a new mask too, a new entrance mask.
Phoenix's mask, that was amazing.
Yeah, I don't know. This match did nothing for me. I appreciate all the talent in that match. It just didn't do anything for me.
Yeah, Mox pins Kingston again.
Yeah.
So Kingston's not doing so hot.
But Eddie Kingston has the ability to talk his way into being a top guy in a minute. So I don't really. He's like Tommy. He's like bad guy Tommy Dreamer. So like, Tommy Dreamer could lose everything. He'd be fine.
And he practically is the locker room leader too.
Absolutely. So Kenny attacks Moxley, lays down a challenge for a exploding barbed wire death match.
Yeah.
And somewhere in Canada, Renee just had her maybe third or fourth heart attack. Because my first question was like, I literally like shout. I didn't really shout, but I like said to the TV, "An exploding what?" It's like we've had death matches before, but what the hell is an exploding barbed wire match? I was like, what? I'm
gonna let you guys say your piece first, and I will save how I feel about all of this for the very end. So I'm gonna give you guys the floor first.
Yeah. Eric, you go first because I'm literally trying to find a reference to just explain this weirdness.
Well, what was it at Double or Nothing when they had
There's just
their
a
match, and
lights out
they
street
did
fight.
that right, and they did that spot where I think Kenny suplexed Moxley into that like barbed wire looking like bed. It was like a bed, like a trampoline or something, like made of barbed wire. And then they both kind of got stuck in it for a minute. It's like they had to have people like legit come and try to help them get out because they got stuck.
Yeah.
So hopefully they remember how that shot felt because this is going to be way worse.
So
Okay, now I found the reference. Okay, so when did they start getting gimmick ideas from Wrestling Society X?
Well, I'm not gonna say this is Wrestling Society X. I'm gonna say this is FMW. FMW. And,
I
Big
literally
Japan
had
Pro
to find
Wrestling.
I literally had to find the Wrestling with the Regret video. Be like, okay, what the hell is the name of that?
Yes, there
weird
was a video.
wrestling
Yes,
match?
Michelle's right. That Cactus Jack and Terry Funk had a match like this in IWA Japan.
I thought
Wrestling
Kenny was gonna
Society X is not a good reference for this type of match. I will say that
I know.
for the record.
Well, that was the first thing that I could think of when it came to like exploding stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I literally thought Kenny was just gonna lay down like a last man standing match because he would want John Moxley to stay down. So it's like, okay, it's gonna be a last man standing Chicago or Florida street fight. But no, when I heard like an exploding barbed wire death match, I'm like, what? And again, like I get my first thoughts was like, oh my god, Renee is gonna be like, okay, what are you doing to my husband? Can you please stop trying to kill my husband?
Yeah, some crazy shit.
You know what? I'm just gonna throw it out there. If Omega and Moxley can have this kind of match, then I think for the women's side, they should have a barbed wire steel cage match. The only way to win is to find a way to get a ladder and climb up to retrieve the championship belts.
No, I don't want to see that.
I know.
That's
I'm just
that's
throwing in
TNA.
wacky ideas,
Throw that
just
shit
like
to
what they
Impact.
did.
Save that. Leave that shit in Impact. Okay.
Moxley can have another one of those matches where
Division
have
X
the
style
pot.
match. Yes, please.
he has the potted plant hanging from the side of the cage.
Okay, so I'm gonna say my piece on all of this. So I am not the world's biggest fan of deathmatch wrestling. I have grown a further appreciation for it through the COVID era. Discovering more of FMW, I actually had on my podcast a gentleman who has his own podcast, Bahu FMW. Check out his History of FMW podcast. And I was able to appreciate Japanese deathmatch wrestling a little bit more. Not something I love. Not my cup of tea. But I can understand its place in pro wrestling. I also understand that John Moxley has a passion for that deathmatch wrestling. You know, he came from CZW, IWA Mid-South. He is somebody who is driven to push the boundaries of wrestling and will do so in death matches. Kenny Omega, may not so much death matches, but he is somebody who likes to push the boundaries of pro wrestling as far as creativity and art, like he did with the Falls Count Anywhere matches with Ibushi and Nakazawa and all of them in DDT. So,
and especially Full Gear 2019.
Yeah. I wouldn't even say especially Full Gear. They didn't wrestle in a lake in Full Gear, but I see what you're saying. So
yeah, I wouldn't mind an Inner Harbor street fight. That would have been amazing.
So I see where, both wrestlers involved in this is something where it's going to give them the chance to be really creative. It's going to give them a chance to have something that hasn't really been done a lot in the United States. Because, again, referencing Bahu's History of FMW podcast, for many years, the innovator of the exploding barbed wire match, Atsushi Onita, had always tried to get an exploding ring or an exploding barbed wire match in the United States, and it's just never really had never really could be pulled off. He tried getting one in ECW and it couldn't get pulled off. He tried getting one in XPW, couldn't be pulled off. He tried doing one in CZW, it couldn't get pulled off. So
Foley's done some.
not in the United States.
No, in Japan.
No, but I'm talking about. Onita always wanted. His dream was to have one in the United States to bring that match to the United States, and it could never be done in the United. You have to listen to the episodes of his podcast. Like they always couldn't pull it off the right way in the United States, and now maybe they can pull it off. So I can kind of now, with my newfound at least appreciation for that type of match, I'm intrigued to see how it's pulled off. I know the people involved are going to be excited to do something like this, so that's cool. But just because I say I have an appreciation for something doesn't mean I like it. Doesn't mean it's my favorite type of match.
I've
I
never
might enjoy
seen
the
a
match. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna. I might love it. I might hate it. I don't know. But I'm not. That's not my cup of tea. So I'm just not sure if I'm gonna really be into this.
I've never seen death matches before, so this is going to be culture shock to me.
Would you like me to send you a few YouTube videos of some?
I'll look that up myself, my friend.
Okay. Well, I was going to send you Babu's channel so you can also listen to his podcast. So there you go.
At least Revolution will have an explosive main event.
That's a knee slapper right there, baby.
Dad jokes for the win, baby.
But I will say, like, I don't know. It's just like I'm interested in AEW, obviously, but like I'm more after this week. I can honestly say I'm kind of more interested in where NXT going, like heading into their role at WrestleMania, if they have such a role.
Please.
Than I am in Revolution in the next couple weeks. I'm not saying it's going to be a permanent thing. I'm just saying that, you know, hey, not every episode
this is temporary.
I don't know if it's temporary or not. I'm not gonna say that. I don't know. I go in. I try my best to have an open mind for wrestling every week, and with an open mind, I can honestly say that after this week, I'm feeling a little more excited about NXT's role in WrestleMania than I am AEW Revolution. That isn't me saying that I think AEW Revolution is going to be bad, or that AEW sucks, or that I'm done with AEW, or this, that, or the other. Or I'm not saying any of those things.
Cancel AEW.
Yeah, I'm not that guy, but I am saying that right now, as we speak, NXT is a notch above AEW as far as what I'm excited about. I could have in 1 week's time or 8 days' time, because I'm not going to be here. It's not going to be a Thursday show next week. I could be singing a completely different tune. I'm just spitting how I feel about the week in wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And
isn't it a little odd that they have the undisputed quote unquote breakup around the same time that Sammy leaves the Inner Circle?
No.
I don't think this is as on the nose as them stealing everything for the last man standing match from AEW.
But it's like, isn't it?
I will say this is a little more coincidental than literally Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens stealing everything from Stadium Stampede.
I think they're kind of trying to. I would compare it more to the Bullet Club descending, because now that the Bullet Club is doing stuff elsewhere, they're like, hey, remember these two Bullet Club guys too? Well, now they're fighting, so.
Right. But yeah, that's how I feel. That's pretty much it for us this week. Just a fair warning: next week we will not be going live on Thursday. We'll be going live on Friday next week, because I will be attending Anna Fight Underground in Anna, Illinois. So I don't think anybody's from that area, but if you are and you're checking it out and you see me at the show, say hello. Going to be a pretty fun show. Jordo mentioned.
I'm gonna vlog it.
I don't know if I'm going to vlog it, but I will say hi. Jordo, who mentioned my podcast, I know Anakin Murphy, Rob Leach is going to be there. Maybe John Kennedy. I don't know. I know when I interviewed him, he said he was still hurt. So 3 guys that I interviewed are going to be or two of the three guys I know at least are going to be performing on that show. Gary J, who I interviewed, he's going to be on the show as well, and we will also be having Deathmatch legend, the Necro Butcher, will be doing a meet and greet, and Super Crazy, ECW original, will be performing on that show. So again, if you live near Anna, Illinois, and you want to see some wrestling, come to Anna Fight Underground. I'll be there. But we will be back here at Athletic Geek HQ for the live show on Friday next week. So that is it for me. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please give it a like, share, subscribe for more content, not just from the world of pro wrestling, from the world of comic books, gaming, anime, and all things geek culture. Follow me on my social media pages, facebook.com/athleticgeekA9, Twitter athletic_geekA9, Instagram athleticgeekA9, and if you would like to help this channel out financially, hit me up on Patreon. That's patreon.com/athleticgeekA9. Easy, where do they find you?
All right. So I was actually kind of working on saying this because I just need a funny opinion. But I've been taking some life coaching courses, and as of Sunday, I am a certified C with a bona fide life, and you can't teach that. Sorry, that came off worse in my head. But in retrospect, I am a certified life coach now. So you ever need any help with just anything in general right now, while I'm still doing my coaching courses, find me on the following social media pages at Speak Easy. I almost said Snap Easy. Speak Easy Insta, Speak Easy Snap, Speak Easy TikTok, and Speak Easy tweets. I post a lot of motivational messages. Despite everything that we're going through right now, and especially with what's going on in Texas, it's gotta suck with like no power, and especially freezing winter. That's really sucking. And then you have a Senate running off to Cancun. But anyways, this ain't political. Either way, I love these guys so much. I give them huge respect, especially from wrestling. There's a lot of stuff that we need to do for our escape. And especially with this pandemic, we're going to make it through. The moment we hear the news that we don't need to wear these stupid masks anymore, we can finally come to our senses. So, but anyways, like
I'm gonna wear masks for the rest of my life.
Find me on social medias.
In the blizzard, wearing the mask has been great. I do want to say that. Like, it has made my face
feel
so much
I
warmer.
mean. Okay, fine. The masks are going
I'm just spitting some truth here. Like, that's great.
Well, the masks are going to be useful in the winter time, but when it comes to when we are finally free of this pandemic, we don't have to wear them in the summer. But yeah, as I said, find me on social media, Speak Easy Insta, Speak Easy Snap, Speak Easy TikTok, and Speak Easy Tweets. I love these gentlemen very much. I appreciate being on the show so much. So, pass it off to you guys.
Eric, do you have anything for sale on Macari?
Yeah, I just posted some new stuff today, but everybody go buy my shit now because I gotta move out soon, so I gotta fucking sell this shit.
And so also buy my shit, my good shit.
They've got great shit.
I have great shit on my eBay store. Would you like a Daniel Bryan action figure? I got that for sale. Would you like an Adam Page AEW action figure? I got that for sale. Would you like a Seth Rollins action figure? I have that.
I'll take that all-in poster that's right behind you.
That's not for sale.
Damn it.
Would you like Death Before Dishonor Nights 1 and 2 from 2009 out of print? That's for sale. Remember, this has got Lance Storm versus Chris Hero. This has got Kenny King versus Kenny Omega. No. This has got a special appearance from Bret the Hitman Hart. This has a special appearance from Ric Flair. It's all good, man. Hit me up on my eBay store.
Put your porno tapes away.
Put my porno tapes away.
And again, if you ask now, you can get the all-in merch.
You can't get the all-in merch. That's false advertising. I don't promote false advertising things. But for EZ and Eric Wade, I'm the Athletic Geek. We're just Marks, and we're out. Have a good one.
Good night.
There's a lot of fucking wrestling this week.